spiritual clutter. The sorrows and regrets that weigh us down every single day.
Let's look a little closer at the phrase Ananda Kandam. This defines the subject of the chant as the root or the source of pure joy. Remember that forest of bliss from the first line? Well, this right here is the root from which that entire forest grows. You're meditating on the very origin point of happiness itself. And the idea is that by connecting with this root, the negative aspects of life just naturally start to wither away.
Section 4. Lord of the Orphaned. So, with that negativity cleared out, the chant gets incredibly personal. Speak this line deliberately with me. Varanasinatham anathanatham. Just listen to that rhythmic repetition of the word natham, which translates to Lord, Master, or Protector. Notice how the sound creates this bouncing, almost comforting cadence?
So the crucial point is understanding what anathanatham actually means. It translates to the Lord of the Lordless, or the ultimate protector of the orphaned. This part of the chant offers some profound comfort to anyone who feels alone, lost, or just totally unsupported in the universe. It's telling the listener, hey, even if you have absolutely no one else, even if you feel entirely orphaned by the world, you have an ultimate protector right here. It serves as a deeply emotional anchor right in the middle of this spiritual practice.
When we put this all together to build a complete picture of the spiritual focal point we're chanting to, just look at the attributes we've laid out so far. We are addressing the Lord of Varanasi, which is the sacred city. We're addressing the root of bliss, the source of all joy, and the Lord of the orphaned, the ultimate protector. These aren't just random titles. They're layers of a relationship that you are actively building through repetition. You're defining exactly what it is you're focusing your energy on.
Section 5. Refuge in Vishwanath.
Everything we've chanted so far leads straight to this final, culminating instruction, Shri Vishwanatham Sharanam Prapade. This translates to, I take refuge in Lord Vishwanath. Think about it. After setting the scene, clearing out your mind, and acknowledging this protector, this line represents the ultimate psychological goal of the whole chant, complete and total surrender. Taking refuge means finally letting go of your own anxieties and just trusting in the process, and in the protector you've just spent time visualizing.
When we lay it all out like this, you can really clearly see the overarching structure of the mantra. It's a literal step-by-step meditative progression. Step 1. Visualizing the forest of bliss to calm the mind. Step 2. Acknowledging the remover of sins to clear away all that negativity. And Step 3. Taking refuge to achieve total surrender and peace. It is a complete psychological and spiritual reset, perfectly wrapped up inside just 4 short lines of text.
Section 6. Effect of continuous chanting.
So you might be wondering, why go through this exact 3-step process hundreds of times in a row? Well, because the repetition acts as the anchor of the mind. As you repeat words like ananda, bliss, continuously, just like we see in the source transcript, you aren't just saying a word, you're actively training your brain. Every single time your mind starts to drift, maybe to your grocery list or some stressful email you have to answer, the rhythm just gently pulls you back. The loop keeps you entirely focused on joy, the destruction of negativity, and finding ultimate refuge. It essentially traps the mind, but in a beautiful cycle of profound peace.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a thought. You don't necessarily have to sit and chant in Sanskrit for hours on end to benefit from this framework. How can you apply this concept of taking refuge to find a moment of deep meditation in your own busy life? Can you find your own forest of bliss for maybe just 5 minutes a day? Can you use a repeated phrase to anchor your wandering mind? Because the mechanics of this ancient transcript are available to all of us right now as a very real tool for focus and tranquility. Thank you so much for joining me on this deeply meditative journey today. Take this sense of focus with you, and I'll see you in the next explainer.